I'm Ali. I'm from England. I've been working in New York for 2.5 years, and I work at Jingtian branch in Shenzhen. I just needed a change from the standard jobs that were on offer in the UK and China, because it's just such a big thing. It's China. I didn't know anything about it. I wanted to know more. It's pretty scary, yeah. But it wasn't anywhere near as hard as I thought it was going to be. Really good. Probably the best year of my life. Yeah. Met some really good friends there. Learned a lot about teaching in a very short space of time. I struggle to have more than one hobby outside of work. It's just, I need to focus on one thing. So mostly it's Chinese, just studying Chinese in my free time. Or maybe trying to exercise, but it's usually one or the other. I have a cat. There was the big typhoon about a year ago, and my girlfriend's friends found him in the street as a very tiny kitten. So we have him now. His name is Captain Cuddles. And now we also have 2 geese, 2 baby geese. These are some of the adventures you can have in China, yeah. It's definitely more expensive in Shenzhen than Fuzhou, but obviously the pay reflects that. Some things aren't that much more expensive. You can go to some cafeteria style, canteen style places and eat for the same cost really. But yeah, I think as a Westerner coming here, the salary feels just fine. Public transport is absolutely nothing compared to what it costs back home. Things like that, it's all good. The parks are lovely. I really like walking around the parks here. I'm much more interested in parks back home. I loved Fuzhou because first experience of China was Fuzhou. Like I say, lots of friends there. The schools were all the York schools were all quite close together, so you had really good, fun, big community of teachers around. But then the access to Western things is a little bit more limited, but it was never really a problem. And not being a tier 1 city, I think it was a little bit more fun in some ways. Like everyone's on the e-bikes, and not that this is fun, but the people there are being a bit more Chinese. They're kind of smoking and spitting, and not that that's a good thing, but it feels a bit more Chinese and just a bit more real. Whereas Shenzhen's very kind of civilized Chinese city. Everyone looks and waits for the green light before they cross the road, and there's not really any e-bikes, and but then you do get more access to Western stuff. Yeah, so they are just different. Hard to choose a favourite, yeah. I've been to Sichuan a couple of times, Chengdu, Mianyang, and Shangri-La. That was fun. Shangri-La is basically the Chinese for Shangri-La. We had to take a coach out through the mountains for like 2 days. Almost got to the border with Tibet, and then walked around some snowy mountains. That was pretty cool. I still haven't done Shanghai or Beijing or the Great Wall or any of these, or Terracotta Warriors or any of these massive like tourist attractions. I will do one day, but there's so much other stuff you can do that just never got around to it. Been on holiday to some other countries a couple of times. Been to Thailand twice, Cambodia once, and Vietnam once. I was just in Vietnam a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, it's very good location here to get to all these kind of Southeast Asian countries as well. Potentially Sichuan again for Chinese New Year in January, because my girlfriend's family is from Sichuan. So we went there last Chinese New Year. It's nice. They her family are farmers, so they live right out in the country in Sichuan, near Mianyang. So it took a long time to get there, and it was all very rural and pretty cool when we were there. Yeah, just pigs wandering around the courtyard and ducks and things everywhere. Kind of a village, but it's kind of just a house in the country, like dotted around. It's not really the very small town they were near. People said they'd seen a foreigner there before, but it wasn't like in Fuzhou where the kids run up to you and go, "Ah, Lawai, Lawai." There, they just stared. They were just very like, "Who is this person?" Yeah, that's quite funny. Yeah, probably going to that Shangri-La, seeing the mountains there was cool. Like the people around there seemed to be actually Tibetan more than more than Han. So that was interesting. I went to what's it called? Yuding Bridge. Yuding. The very narrow rope bridge over the river where on the Long March they had a battle there. Yeah, that's quite interesting history there. Yeah, it was quite a challenge. But yeah, it's just, I always wanted to learn new skills, so you really get to know all the other departments, all the Chinese stuff. You really find out what's making everyone tick. It's good that you still get to do some teaching, because that's kind of why most people come here and enjoy it. It's because of the teaching. And yeah, you get to kind of think about everything from a bit more of an analytical sort of way, because you have to kind of train people and talk about training with other people, and usually you're the first point of contact for the kids coming into the school as well, which is quite nice. You quite often get to know almost all the students in a way. Yeah, just come with an open mind and a good work ethic and you'll be fine. Don't be scared, just do it. I was scared and there was no need to be.